sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. It's the Clemson Tigers and the NC State Wolfpack. Reese Davis, David Call again, Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
So much good football in the Triangle, but one of the best stadiums in that area is Carter Finley Stadium. NC State gets it rocking. The red and black, 50,000 plus. This is one of the most fun places to watch a game in North Carolina. Reese?
Appreciate that, Holly. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So NC State's offense will have the football first. Redemption might be on their mind as they took a whipping the last time these two squared off.
They sure did, Reese, and their best players made a lot of mistakes the last time out, especially on offense. David, it's really important in this one. The stars have to play like stars. They got to stat it up, and they got to start fast.
Yeah, and they got to remember what happened. They got to remember the celebration, the on-field antics, the social media, all of it that came with it. The embarrassment of last time. So, yes, your big players, they got to play big, especially in these rivalry games.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Left side is Gauls. Turning it on. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. NC State quick to the line. The run inside. It's Scott. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On the option. Pulls it on the option.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Out wide left, it's Scott. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. The Tigers offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And we get our first look at Christopher Vizina. He had a lot of company in the backfield in that loss last time out. Sacked 5 times and also threw a couple of picks. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Intercepted, oh, what a play. Bringing it back at the 20. Touchdown, NC State, a pick 6. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
And finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, creating turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
He'll bring it out. It's Burrows. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. 2nd and long here. He wants to throw it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Looking for the edge. First down, he'll keep it. Now the pitch. Got the first down. They bring him down. The option run to perfection, and it will move the chains. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. Trying to get the corner. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. First and goal now as NC State tries to find a way to score. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Coming out with it, it's Burrows. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. In traffic, it's Moore. Nothing but green grass down the middle. He's at the slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. NC State heads out gearing up to go on the attack. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Quick give. It's Scott. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Such a great job by the defense winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on DBs to really cover more guys and have...
Caught, and he's got room. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Keeps it himself. Now the pitch.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Running inside, it's Haynes. Can't get him to the ground. And without that spin move, I'm not sure he would have gone very far at all, but a solid pickup on the play.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Left side, it's Moore. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Had to force that one.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Oh, what a move. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. Third and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Scott. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
You know they'd love to convert this 3rd down after missing a field goal on the last drive. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Snapped it, and he has to have it. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the 2nd effort, getting the extra yards and getting the 1st down.
The Wolfpack picked up that last 1st down with a completion. Let's see what they do here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Scott. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll run it, and that ball is live in the backfield. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Scooped and scored. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that's the kind of play that can win you the game. You're on defense. It looks like the opponent's just going to run it in for an easy touchdown, but you create the takeaway, you scoop and score. It's a game-changing play. It's a momentum-changing play. And you can see on the sideline right now, they are completely galvanized by that defensive score.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The pop pass gets popped behind the line for a loss.
2nd and goal, and the defense was not fooled. It looked like they knew exactly when that guy came in motion across the formation. They said he's getting the football. They played uphill, get the tackle for a loss, and force a 3rd down and goal situation.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one is perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Holly, what update do you have for us?
Here on the Tigers sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Fighting for it, it's Moore. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Pulls it in. It's Preston. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
And back to the air on second down. Complete in the middle. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half. Clemson calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Out wide left, it's Haynes.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
That last connection left him a little short of the first down, but in perfect spot to attack on second and short. Clemson is quick to the line. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Oh, pressure's coming. Being chased. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the number 10 team, the Michigan Wolverines.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
Catching up with Coach Sweeney coming out of the locker room, he has been forceful and issued a challenge with his team here at the half. He understands they're on the road, their backs are against the wall, but he said to his guys, we are better than they.
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Run in the red zone, it's Scott. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wide receiver. To throw, it's Bailey. Makes it, got some room, headed to the goal line. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. They'll try to add another to their lead. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Guys, here on the Clemson sideline, I can see the coaches imploring their team right now. This has to be a turning point. Turning it over on that lap.
It's a seam wide open. The 40. Just what they needed. Huge explosive play as he takes it to the 33. Clemson jumps to the line.
Really nice read that time by the quarterback in the option. He had the ball out on the perimeter. He saw his pitch guy open. Nobody accounting for him. So you flip it to him quickly. Nice, accurate pitch out in front of him. Easy catch. And then he's able to do the rest. Look at the speed that time on the perimeter by the pitch man. Picking up a massive gain for this offense.
Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, and take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Throws to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Brought down at the 30 on the return, and his defense has set them up in scoring position.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Left side is Snow. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the 1st down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Looking to pass, it's Bailey. Right side, it's Scott. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Right at the line. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. They'll try to move the chains on 4th down. NC State comes to the line. Needs it. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down, but they believe the offense could convert the 4th down, and it paid off. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Straight ahead, it's Scott. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. So the final period starts with a second down play. Motion from the back. Wants to go up top on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Scott. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
How impressive has this guy been throwing the ball today, especially after the game he had last week throwing 3 interceptions? He turned the page. He got himself focused for this game, and he's been making outstanding decisions all day long.
Motion from the wideout. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. NC State might think about going for a big one on second and short. Tough run here. It's Scott. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Trying to squeak through the pile. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left, but, man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those
snags it, and there's running room. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. Snapped on 4th down. Looking for a deep man. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Caught in the backfield, it's Gauze. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. A little release to the back. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with them. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. Changing the routes with his receivers. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Wolfpack. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Cuts it upfield. It's Haynes. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. This time they'll throw it. He wants a big play here late. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Might as well give it to him again. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. We're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 360